Sunderland are back in the Premier League where they belong, and we've taken to FC25 to see if we can keep them there. The only rules I have is I can only play key games, and I have to run the club as it is being run now. So as you can see, our objectives are pretty clear. We have to avoid relegation, reach the round of 16 in the FA Cup, and within 2 seasons finish in the mid-table. Sign 3 players of at least 20 years old that have a overall potential higher than players in the positions we sign them in, and sign 4 youth team players to the first team from the academy and play them in 20 games over 2 seasons. Get a streak of 5 wins at home and sign 1 crucial midfielder. That shouldn't be too hard. Our big stumbling block off the bat though is the fact that our budget is only 38 million, and we still have to sign coaches, scouts and players with that. So the first thing we have to do here is we have to go through the squad, get rid of any of the dead wood and move on from there. So once we've done that, we've got to go in, search those players, nominate some key targets that we want to rebuild this squad with. And as you can see here is our list. We've got Liam Delap, Enzo Lefebvre, Jordan Henderson, just to name a few. So the first thing we did as well was raid the free agent market. We found a couple of young lads in there that fit some of the positions we are desperate to fill. Pulled in Bangura at centre back, Acosta at left back, Bogus up front and attacking midfield. You can play both those positions. Then we went and signed Ashley Phillips for centre back out of Tottenham, Tyler Dibbling to go on the right wing, Pedro Lima for right back and right wing, Mark Gué up front, and of course we brought home the legendary Mackham that is Jordan Henderson. And this is how our starting lineup is going to look straight off the bat for the season. Keeping that core around Patterson, Ballard, Bellingham, Rigg, Hume. Mundell we're a little bit unsure of at the moment, but we'll see how he plays out. And of course then we have kept hold of Tommy Watson, because in the game it didn't sell him, but we have let Enzo Lefebvre obviously go, whereas in real life we did sign him. As you can see here, our bench is pretty stacked as well. Some of these players will still move on, hopefully. Of course, before the season starts we have the International Cup. We need to win this to gain some much needed cash and hopefully sell a couple more players so we can try and just rebuild that squad and cement it a bit more. Some big moments in this game for the final. Key sending off, running out 3-2 winners in the end. Salah Niall Huggins wins and we're into the first game of the season. A 3-2 win over Chelsea is a big way to start. Unfortunately, in the second game of the season, we were a little bit unlucky. We can see here a penalty being given away for a dubious handball. His hands are behind his back, but the referees call it how they see it. Very well taken penalty there. What a turn that is. But Leeds already down to 10 men. Getting another player sent off here for pulling down Mundell. The fact that they're down to 9 men is not going to help them at all. But a smart bit of play, ran the back here, flicked it in, 4-2, Sunderland run out winners. Absolute scenes at Allen Road. And that's given us a nice little influx. We've got about 30 million, which meant we could bring in another winger for the left side. Cost us 10 mil from Tottenham. But then things start going badly. We start losing, drawing a lot of games. Liverpool somehow came in for an offer for me, but we just kept conceding and conceding and conceding. We needed something to change, and we needed it quick. Can a game against West Ham be the thing that saves us? And unfortunately, they get off the mark really well. An absolute brilliant goal from Irving. But the boys pull it back yet again. Just like all of last season, these lads don't know when to give up. As the saying's been for the last few years, till the end. And another dubious penalty call being given by another referee in the Premier League. Guerrero really not happy with it. I don't even see a handball there, to be fair. But Tommy Watson steps up and places it home. What an absolute banger of a penalty. Then the next game, we are at home in the derby, the Tyne Weir derby. I cannot wait for these back next year. They are so much fun. I may have to go back over just for it. And a penalty given away real early on. Again, these penalties are so unfortunate. They're all for handballs. And an absolutely brilliant penalty put away. That gives us the lead early. And we went into half time with the lead. A bunch of substitutions being made, have an immediate impact. Look at the passing movement there, and an absolute sublime finish. You cannot ask anything better of your substitutes. But then disaster strikes. Newcastle came alive at 2-0 down. They got a bit fortunate, finishing up some second effort chances. They just wanted it more at this point, and I don't know what Patterson is doing there. 89th minute to concede that. Absolutely disgraceful. The fans would not be happy losing in that fashion at the Stadium of Light. But then it just kept happening. We kept losing. 3-2 to Arsenal. 2-1 to Fulham. Drawing with Nottingham Forest. Losing in the FA Cup. That's a big one. That was one of our objectives, failed. But then out of nowhere, we have a big turnaround. Not sure where this game came from. Arsenal just did not turn up. 7-0 against Arsenal at the Stadium of Light. The fans going absolutely ballistic. That brings in the transfer window in January. And the only player we decided to buy, we went out and bought a new keeper, Epolo. We did lose club legend Luke O'Nien in the process, but the losses kept coming. We were sliding down the table very, very quickly. Before we headed to St James's Park. Everything on the line for this game. If we lose this game, we get dragged down into the relegation. If we win this game, we're pretty much safe. There's only a couple of games left in the year. And we did not start well. Have a look at that. Isaac just doing what he does. Shah gets very unlucky here. It's another penalty given away. But it's well dispatched yet again by Hoyak. This little winger has been our saving grace. He fitted into the team so well. He's still only young, 19 or 20 I think. And then this piece of brilliance. Boom. We've taken the lead at St. James's Park. Now we just have to hold on. We can't let it slip like we did last time. Eddie Howe is not happy there at all. 2-1 at half time. Let's hope the second half goes much the same way. And unfortunately, it starts just like the first half with Isaac coming and scoring a goal. But have a look at this ball. Absolutely fantastic. Hoyak on the end yet again. And then Tyler coming through to put the game almost to bed. But wait, there's more. Gooey comes in and finishes the job in the 83rd minute. Sunderland have won at St. James's Park. Unfortunately, at this point, Bellingham wanted to move away. He wasn't getting the game time that he wanted and had been underperforming, which is why he wasn't getting the game time. Didn't want to see him go, but the right offer came in and we got just over 11 million for him. And that was our season. We survived. Thank you. Hopefully this goes the way that the season will actually go next year, but we finished 14th, so we ticked off finishing mid-table. Couple of draws at the end really just tied us over, and that's our season 1 complete. Now, if you want to see season 2, where we're going to start going after a couple of trophies and keep growing the squad, then come back here next week and we'll have a bit more. Till then, peace out.